And it's a powerful mindset shift to really realize that no one owns you and you can own your own greatness. And part of defining an income rich niche is really understanding whose problem you solve, what the problem is, and what part of that problem are they the most motivated to pay for. Welcome to the Prosperous Feminine Podcast. I'm Julie Steelman, and today we're going to be diving into a vital topic for all feminine entrepreneurs over 50. We're going to talk about the top income solution for 2024. Woohoo, right? And even if you're scaling your business or you're just starting out, what I want to give you are the 3 essential strategies to unlock lasting and consistent income. I don't know about you, but I want 2024 to be my best income year yet. Do you too? Give a woohoo. I love it. So first and foremost, we got to talk about this. What's an income rich niche? How do we define that, right? This isn't just about picking a market segment. It's about lining what you're deeply passionate about with the specific needs of a group you can help. Ask yourself, what am I passionate about? What's my origin story? Because the same moment that you transformed is the same moment you want to transform for your clients. There's a before and an after. What was your before and what was your after, right? Because too many women get into business and you don't actually know what you're selling, right? And so we got to start asking our question of ourselves, who can benefit the most from my skills and experience? How can I solve their problem and what's their problem? And I'm going to give you a tip right now. Too many women don't actually name the problem. They lead with the modality or the credential that they've been trained in. And we need to name the problem, the thing that clients are the most highly motivated to solve. In other communities, they call it an urgent and expensive problem. But I like to think about it. What is that thing that they are most likely to pay to resolve? So if you think back to your own origin story, mine was I wanted to get out of corporate America. I felt like I was going to be trapped there in a cubicle for the rest of my life. And that wasn't going to be good for me. And once I realized that wherever I went, I could sell as well as I could there, anything, I realized that they didn't own me, right? And it's a powerful mindset shift to really realize that no one owns you and you can own your own greatness. And part of defining an income rich niche is really understanding whose problem you solve, what the problem is, and what part of that problem are they the most motivated to pay for. Because that intersection between your passion, which will be the fuel that drives you, and the service that you want to give people, the transformation you want to give people, is where that income rich niche lives. It's about creating value that resonates deeply with that ideal audience that only you can serve in a particular way. And so this isn't the easiest thing to do. You know, it works really good with an ally and a coach, and really understanding where this intersection is. If you think about your own experience and you stepped into clients' shoes as if it was their experience, you'll be onto it. Okay. All right. The next thing, we got to create your unique formula, or what I like to call a signature system for your soul work that sells. It's been proven across the board. Forbes wrote an article about it last year. Statistically, 49% of the entrepreneurs that go out of business are because they don't have a unique formula or system for their body of service work that's profitable. And so every successful feminine entrepreneur needs a unique formula, a signature system, a pathway that you can define and show clients the journey that they'll need to be on to get the result that they want. So this is where it gets tricky, right? Is like we go out into the world and you're certified as a coach, or you're a change maker, or you're a thought leader, or maybe you were a therapist and you want to shift into coaching to get off of the small pay per hour that the healthcare system pays you. Maybe you're a breath worker or a healer or a bookkeeper, right? But the thing that's going to make you unique in this crazy busy digital marketplace is having a formula and a system, because that's what's going to create the foundation for lasting and predictable income. And so what you got to do is outline a clear customer journey, breaking down the process you take them on into steps and stages. So there can be 3 stages, and each stage could have 3 steps. One of the easiest things to do is sit down and go, if I'm asked to solve this problem, like what you defined in your income rich niche, what's the first thing I would do? What's the next thing I would do? What's the next thing after that? Somewhere between 3 to 10 steps is where everyone tends to land. It's more like 5 to 10 is where people tend to land. You're going to want to revise it. You're going to want to redo it a couple of times, but you got to outline that customer journey really clearly. It's like crafting a map, for your clients, showing them exactly where they are, where they're headed, and how you'll help them get there. Right. So think about if you were driving from Los Angeles to New York City and you didn't have a map, and you got in the car and a day goes by and you don't have any idea how close you are or how far away you are from your destination. It's uncomfortable and disconcerting, right? Well, clients feel that way too. So when we offer this kind of clarity, it builds trust with them, but it also makes it easier for them to commit and say yes when they know exactly what results they can expect. Here's the big thing about this and why this is such a big deal that you've got to have your unique formula and signature system. When you can see the value, you can sell the value, and customers say yes faster. This signature system is a method that distinguishes you in the marketplace. All right. The third thing for top income in 2024, you got to have a feminine message that monetizes. What does that mean? It's where you blend your communication style, your storytelling, your humanity, your vulnerability. I don't mean the kind of vulnerability that is too emotionally bare, but I'm talking about truth telling, your story, your before, your after, right? Because it's about creating a bond with your potential clients using those storytelling. But we don't want to make their problems worse. We don't want to add to any fear, any uncomfortableness, or any doubt, right? There's already plenty of that in the world. One of the ways that you can stand out in feminine messaging is a way that is invitational and scoops clients in, where they hear you naming a distinction about something. When I talk about you don't have a money problem, you have a self-trust problem, everyone drops their pen, looks up, and starts listening. What? Because everybody thinks they have a money problem and they don't. That's not at all what's the problem. And self-trust really creates an ongoing income problem. And I'll unpack that for you in another episode. But when I start to talk about that, I get your attention. And I start to tell you my story about being in corporate America and the VP popping a slide up on the stage that says, we're going to decide who gets deleted. And me going home in tears after that meeting, knowing that if they were all dispensable, so was I. And that's when I had to reclaim a moment of sovereignty. And I went on a scuba diving trip and I ended up in the water with wild bottlenose dolphins. And they were in the most glorious mating ritual I've ever seen. Everything inside of me catalyzed and opened up. And I realized that I had to go back to corporate America and treat all my clients, all my revenue, all my sales, all my deals, and all my business as if it was for my own business, even though I didn't own one yet. Right? And when I tell you that story, it stops you. I had all the accolades, I had all the money. I had my Mercedes. I drove down the beach, sun glistening off the water every single day to and from work. I lived in LA, condo, 2-minute walk to the beach, had it all, except I didn't have my passion. And when I tell you that story, you get to see a little bit inside of me. People want to see inside of you. They want to know you. They want authenticity over AI all day long, right? Your message should resonate with empathy, understanding, and offer a solution. This is why I say you don't have a money problem. You have a self-trust problem, because you'd be making money if you had the audacity and the moxie to actually offer a solution. Most women don't offer a clear, tangible solution. We'll talk about that too as we keep going, right? But potential clients want to know that you're genuine and you actually have an effective solution and you're not wasting their time. It's not just what you say, it's how you make them feel. And that's going to be a game changer in 2024. And so I just want to wrap this up. So these 3 keys, these essential things to 2024, you got to define your income rich niche. You got to create a new unique formula for your soul work. And you got to master feminine storytelling that monetizes, and implement these strategies so you can be set up for a year of unprecedented growth. I'm a stand for you right now. I'm putting a stake in the ground that this is your best income year yet. I'm Julie Steelman. Thanks for listening to The Prosperous Feminine.